Dear students, Sat Shri Akal. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we have come up with the revision of class 10, Computer Science, Lesson 4 and Lesson 5. You know that the Punjab School Education Board is going to conduct the November-December monthly examination. We have prepared this video keeping this exam in mind. Before proceeding with this video, I request you that if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe to this channel and don't forget to click on the bell icon so that you will be notified of all my upcoming videos. So let's get started. First of all, we take a look at the paper pattern of class 10th subject Computer Science. A paper of a total 11 marks will appear from class 10th lesson 4 HTML part 3, which will have 5 questions of 1 mark, 3 questions of 3 marks and 1 choice question, and no question of 6 marks will come from this lesson. Similarly, a paper of total 14 marks will come from lesson 5 operating system, in which 5 questions of 1 mark, 1 question of 3 marks and 2 questions of 6 marks will come from this lesson, out of which 1 question will be asked. So by keeping this paper pattern, student can score well in the exam. Now let us start the review of lesson 4 and lesson 5 through this video. We will now learn about multiple choice question. The first question is dash URL gives complete location to a resource file, and their option are relative, absolute, internal, and the last one is external. And the right answer is absolute URL gives complete location to a resource or file. Second one is which tag is used to add an image in HTML document, and their option are picture, pic, image, yeah, img tag. And the right answer is img tag is used to add an image in HTML document. Third one is which of the following attribute is not used by anchor tag in HTML, and their option are href, src, target, and the last one is title. And the right answer is src attribute is not used by anchor tag in HTML. And the fourth one is a dash link is underlined and shown in purple color by default. And their option are unvisited link, visitor link, active link, or none of these. And the right answer is a visited link is underlined and shown in purple color by default. And the fifth one is which HTTP method is used to send form data to web server. And their option are get and set, get and post, post and send, and get and send. And the right answer is get and post HTTP method is used to send form data to web server. And the sixth one is which of the following form control is used to accept multiple lines of text in the web page. And their option are text box, drop down box, password field, and the last one is text area. And the right answer is text area form control is used to accept multiple lines of text in the web page. So now we will learn about fill in the blank in lesson number 4. So the first fill in the blank is in relative path dash delimiter point to the parent folder of the current working file. And the right answer is in relative path dot forward slash delimiter points to the parent folder of the current working file. And the second one is every image tag has a dash attribute which tells the browser where to find the image that we want to display. And the right answer is every image tag has a src attribute which tells the browser where to find the image that we want to display. And the third one is named anchors are also called dash, and the right answer is named anchors are also called bookmarks. And the fourth one is form submission with dash HTTP method cannot be bookmarked. And the right answer is form submission with post HTTP method cannot be bookmarked. And the fifth one is dash is nothing but prioritizing task for website completion. And the right answer is planning is nothing but prioritizing task for website completion. So now we will learn about full form in lesson number 4. So the first full form is URL. URL stands for Uniform Resource Locator. Second one is GIF. GIF stands for Graphics Interchange Format. And third one is PNG. PNG stands for Portable Network Graphics. Fourth one is JPEG. So JPEG stands for Joint Photographic Expert Group. And the fifth one is HREF. Harif. Harif stands for Hypertext Reference. Sixth one is SRC. SRC stands for Source. Seventh one is left angle bracket A, right angle bracket, which is called anchor tag. And the eighth one is left angle bracket IMG, which stands for email tag. So now we will learn about short answer type question in lesson number 4. So the first question is, how will you insert an image in the HTML document? To insert an image in the HTML document, we use IMG tag. The IMG tag is an empty tag, which means it has no closing tag. So following is the basic syntax to insert an image to a web page. The first one is left angle bracket image, then SRC equal to, in the double quote, write the URL of the image, then close the right angle bracket. So here SRC is an essential attribute of IMG tag, which stands for source. This attribute is used to specify the URL of the image to be displayed. And the second one is, what is hyperlink? So HTML links are also called hyperlink. A web page can contain various links. These links allow visitor to navigate between websites by clicking on them. By default, web browser shows link in blue color with underline. In HTML, a link can be created using anchor tag. This tag is also called anchor tag. In this tag, href means hypertext reference. So this attribute is used to specify the URL of the document to be linked. So following is the simple syntax to create a hyperlink using anchor tag. And the example is left angle bracket A space Harif equal to, in the double quote, write the full URL link of the web page, then right angle bracket, then write the text to be displayed, which is link text or image, then close the anchor tag. And the third question is, what are forms? So HTML forms provide interactivity between user and the website. These forms are like simple forms. They are used to get data from the user, such as registration information like name, email address, credit card, etc. A form gets input from the user, then it will be posted or submitted to a web server. At web server, server-side script process the form data and store it in the database. And the fourth one is, write the name of various control used in the web forms. So following are the commonly used control of web form. The first one is text box control. Second one is text area control. Third one is password field control. Fourth one is checkbox control. Fifth one is radio button control. Sixth one is selection list control. Seventh one is file selection control. Eighth one is button control. Ninth one is submit button. And 10th one is reset button. And the fifth question is, what are the different type of buttons used in the HTML forms? So following are the common types of button used in the HTML document. The first one is submit button. This button is used to send all form data to the web server. Second one is reset. This button is used to reset all form control to their initial values. Third one is button. This button is used to call or run a function or code written in client-side scripting language like JavaScript. And the fourth one is image. This button is used to create a clickable button with image background. So now we will learn about long answer type question in lesson number 4. So first question is, What is URL? Explain different types of URL. So URL stands for Uniform Resource Locator. URL play an important role in locating our resource on a web server or local computer. Each website or web page has a unique URL. For example, the website of Punjab School Education Board has web address or web URL called http://pseb.ac.in/. So there are two types of URL. The first one is absolute URL. An absolute URL gives complete location to a resource file. Consider an example of absolute URL is in the double quote. It shows C drive : then pic folder, then inside the pic folder another file is which is called sample.jpg. The second one is relative URL. A relative URL describes the path of the file relative to the current location of file. It usually contains only the folder name and file name, or even just the file name. Consider an example of relative URL which is ./sample.jpg. And the second question is explain the various text input control used in web forms. So following are the text input control used in web form. The first one is text box or text field control. This control is used to accept a single line of text from the user. For example, username, contact number, etc. And the basic example of text box control is left angle bracket input space type equal to, in the double quote we can write text, then close the right angle bracket. Second one is password field control. It is also a single line text input control, but this control is used to accept the password type secure information. So basic example of password control is left angle bracket input space type equal to, in the double quote write the password, then close the right angle bracket. And the third one is text area control. This control is used to accept multiple lines of text from the user. For example, address information, comments, etc. So basic example of text area control is left angle bracket text area space rows equal to, type the number of rows you want, then space calls equal to, then the double quote write the number of column you want to insert, then in the last write the closing tag of the text area. So the third question is what are the various phases of web development? So web development refers to building, creating and maintaining website for developing web project. So following phases should be followed. First one is phase 1, information gathering. It involves understanding the client requirement. Second one is phase 2, which is planning. It is about prioritizing tasks for website completion. Third one is phase 3, design and layout. In this phase, look and feel of the website is determined. Fourth one is phase 4, development. In this phase, web developer develop website using programming languages. Fifth one is phase 5, testing and launch. In this phase, the functionality of the website is tested. Sixth one is phase 6, that is maintenance. This phase deals with the updation of content and design of the website. So we will now learn about multiple choice question in lesson number 5. So first question is an operating system is a dash and your option are terminal, system software, application software, and the last one is processor. And the right answer is an operating system is a system software. And second one is dash refers to keeping several programs in different parts of the main memory at the same time and executing them concurrently. And their options are multi-application, multi-processing, multi-programming, and multi-timing. And the right answer is multi-programming refers to keeping several programs in different parts of the main memory at the same time and executing them concurrently. Third one is the user of dash operating system do not interact with the computer directly. And the options are batch processing system, time sharing system, network operating system, distributed system. And the right answer is the user of batch processing system, operating system do not interact with the computer directly. And the fourth one is a dash act as a security guard between the internet and our local area network. And their option are operating system, processor, firewall, and the last one is security threat. And the right answer is a firewall act as a security guard between the internet and our local area network. And the fifth one is GUI stand for dash, and their option are graph user interface, graphics user interface, graphical user interface, and the last one is none of these. And the right answer is GUI stand for graphical user interface. So now we will learn about fill in the blank in lesson number 5. So the first question is the little CPU time given to each user in the time sharing operating system is known as dash, and the right answer is the little CPU time given to each user in the time sharing operating system is known as time slice. And the second one is dash refers to a mechanism or a way to control the access of program, processes, or user to the resource defined by a computer system. And their right answer is protection refers to a mechanism or a way to control the access of program, processes, or user to the resource defined by a computer system. And third one is dash is a program that acts as an interface between the user and the computer hardware. And the right answer is operating system is a program that acts as an interface between the user and the computer hardware. And the fourth one is dash replicate itself and infect the files and program of our PC and can make them non-functional. And the right answer is computer viruses replicate itself and infect the files and program of our PC and can make them non-functional. So we will now learn about true or false in lesson number 5. So first question is in tightly coupled system there is a single primary memory which is shared by all the processor. Right. Second one is a multi-user operating system is a system that allow only one user to access a computer system at one time. Wrong. Third one is confidentiality ensure that data exchange is not accessible to unauthorized user. Right. Fourth one is firewall cannot block unauthorized access to our PC. False. Fifth one is anti-malware is a computer program used to prevent, detect, and remove malware. True. So now we will learn about short answer type question in lesson 5. So first question is what is an operating system? So an operating system is a system software. It acts as an interface between the user and the computer hardware. It also controls the implementation of all kind of software in the computer. It is not possible to do any work in computer without operating system. So DOS, Windows, Unix, Linux, etc. are important example of some commonly used operating systems. And the second question is write the name of type of operating system. So some of the important type of operating system are as under. The first one is batch operating system. Second one is multi-programming operating system. Third one is time-sharing operating system. Fourth one is multi-processing operating system. Fifth one is network operating system. Sixth one is real-time operating system. And the third one is make a list of the common functions of operating system. So following list shows the most common function of an operating system. The first one is program execution. Second one is to control input-output related operations. Third one is file manipulation. Fourth one is communication. Fifth one is error detection. Sixth one is resource management. And seventh one is protection. And the fourth question is what are computer security threats? Write their names. So a computer security threat refers to any possible malicious attack. These threats can affect the smooth functioning of our PC. The most harmful types of computer security threats are given below. The first one is malware. Second one is phishing. Third one is rootkit. Fourth one is keylogger. And the fifth question is, what is firewall? A firewall helps us to secure and protect our information from various security threats. It acts as a security guard between the internet and our local area network. It prevents hackers from attacking our system. Firewall block unauthorized access to our PC. So now we will learn about long answer type question in lesson number 5. So the first question is, explain the function of operating system. So the main function of operating system are, the first one is program implementation. The operating system performs a variety of functions from user program to system program, including printer spooler, name server, file server, etc. All of these actions are considered processes. Implementing a process means enforcing the code, manipulating the data, registering, providing system resources for the operating system being used, and so on. The second one is input-output operation. An input-output subsystem consists of input-output and related software which the operating system keeps hidden from the user. An operating system manages the communication between a computer user and a device driver. The operating system also allows access to an input-output device when needed. And the third one is work related to the file system, which allow various file operations such as copying, deleting, moving in the file system. A file system is placed in a directory for easy access and navigation, and these directories may contain files and other directories. And the fourth one is communication. The operating system manages the communication between the function of the distributed system, and more than one process uses the communication lines available in the network to exchange information with each other. And the fifth one is finding mistakes. Mistakes can happen anytime and anywhere. There may be an error in the CPU, input device, or computer hardware memory. The operating system constantly checks for possible errors. And the sixth one is managing resources. The main function performed by the operating system in relation to resource management. The operating system acts as a resource manager. The operating system manages all kinds of processes using a scheduling algorithm. The CPU scheduling algorithm is used for their best use. And the second question is, write the difference between the single user and multi-user operating system. The following table shows the major difference between these two systems. So first of all, in the table, we can divide this table into two parts. In the first part, it shows single user operating system, and in the right of the part, it shows multi-user operating system. So let us know the difference between these two. The first one is, in single user operating system, only one user can access the computer at the same time, whereas in the multi-user operating system, more than one user can access a computer at the same time. Second one is, in the single user operating system, all the resources are allocated to a single user of the system, whereas in the multi-user operating system, all the resources are allocated among multiple users of the system. Third one is, in the single user operating system, processing of system is faster, whereas in the multi-user operating system, processing of system is slower. And the fourth one is, in the single user operating system, these systems are simplistic and easy to design, whereas in the multi-user operating system, these systems are complicated and difficult to design. And the fifth one is, in the single user operating system, its types are single user single task system, and second one is single user multitask system, whereas in the multi-user operating system, their types are time sharing operating system, and second one is distributed operating system. And the sixth one is, so example of the single user operating system are MS-DOS, Windows 95, personal computer, etc. Whereas the example of multi-user operating system are mainframe computers such as IBM AS400, Linux and Unix distributed operating system, etc. And the third question is, what is time sharing operating system? Write its advantages and disadvantages. In time sharing system, many terminal or user are connected to a main computer system at the same time. A little time or CPU is given to each user program in a circular way. This little CPU time given to each user is known as time slice or time quantum. The system switches rapidly from one user to the next user. So advantages of time sharing operating system are, the first one is it reduces CPU idle time, it reduces the output of paper, it avoids duplication of software. So disadvantages of time sharing operating system are, the first one is large main memory is required for user programs. Second one is it requires CPU scheduling techniques. Third one is memory management is required. The fourth one is, what is multiprocessing operating system? Explain. So multiprocessing system is used to describe interconnected computer with two or more CPUs. These systems have the ability to simultaneously execute several programs. In such a system, instruction from different and independent programs can be processed simultaneously by different CPUs. The basic organization of a typical multiprocessing system is shown below. The first one is, so multiprocessing system are of two types. The first one is tightly coupled system. These systems are also known as parallel processing operating system. In this system, there is a single primary memory which is shared by all the processors. And the second one is loosely coupled system. These systems are also known as distributed operating system. In this system, each processor has its own local memory. Student, I hope you have revised lesson 4 and lesson 6 through this video very well. I hope you will get good marks in the paper. Thank you.